Hey guys, it's 601 Chad, and this is my all-encompassing anime review for Bungo Stray Dogs Season 2. Now, for this one, I'm not going to say that there's like a timestamp or anything for this because if you want to hear me preface the anime, then you should definitely go watch the Season 1 review because since this is a sequel and everything like that, it's not really going to be a preface for this doesn't seem necessary because I already did it for the season one review. So if you guys want to go watch that, then that will be in the description down below, and you definitely should because spoilers will be in this review. So to get right on with the review, um, this was a major upgrade from season one. Like season one was pretty good with introducing us to the plot and everything with the agency and the port mafia, and then the end reveal of the guild and everything like that in season one. But season two just ramped things up to a major extreme. Like I did not expect to be for season two to be this much better than season one. I know every episode that I watched of season two, I was hype. It's really hard to not. It was really hard to not be hyped for this series if you went through the entirety of season one. If you saw all of season one, then you waited that summer anime season, then you went to season two in this fall, and you just had to be excited. It was just amazing. Like things I liked. There's so many things I liked. There really were. Like um like one of the main things was the first four episodes being backstory on Dazai, which is something I feel like that we really needed. And plus, it played into the rest of the season so well because we had the whole backstory on Odasaku and Ango and how they were like friends, but then like Ango was like a triple agent, and they all got like pissed at Ango, and then Odasaku dies to the leader of the organization Mimic when they both kill each other. And then I just really love how like all of the backstory we saw Dazai's when Dazai was in the mafia. I love how we just saw how that played into everything else, like in the guild arc. Like for example, Dazai needed Ango's help with some of the things. He went to Ango about the guild, and then he went to Ango about Kyoka, trying to get Kyoka off the drone and things like that. But then with Odasaku, the main point of them bringing up Odasaku was was most likely, at least I think, for the end for the last couple episodes where Dazai has been trying to convince Kyoka to try to take the entrance exam and not feel pity for herself. And he really brought up Odasaku because he was kind of similar because he was a good person who was in the mafia, and Kyoka was more like we can't say so much good for Kyoka, but more like pure. Pure is a better word for Kyoka because she was a child when she joined the port mafia. So I definitely like how everything tied together because at first it seems like, oh, we're just getting backstory. It's kind of cool, but like we want the war arc with the guild, but then everything just tied together towards the end, and I just really like that. And so another thing I really liked were the action scenes. Like I feel like season one was a bit lacking in action scenes. Like there were some pretty good ones, like Atsushi versus Akutagawa in season one was probably the best one of that season. However, season two had amazing action scenes. Like I feel like there was a fight that there was not a fight that I didn't like. The only one that could have been a bit better was Atsushi versus Akutagawa in the Moby Dick, but I understand why they made that one much shorter because they kind of had to deal with the elephant in the room, as some people would say, and stop the Moby Dick from descending. But like a lot of the fights were so great, like Akutagawa versus Hawthorne and um, Q when Q and Lovecraft's interaction and what other fights were there? Oh yeah, and like, just a whole bunch of fights, but especially they did an exceptional job with Atsushi and Akutagawa versus Fitz at the end of episode 20. I mean, at the not the end. Well, end of episode 23 and the beginning of episode 24. It was just an amazing it was just an amazing thing, that amazing fight that they had, especially when like they wrapped the Rashomon around Atsushi's fist and things like that. There's just so many things I liked. I can feel like I can go on for like hours about what I like about Bungo Stray Dogs, but for right now, I think I'm just gonna talk about like maybe a couple nitpicks per se, because there was nothing that I hated about Bungo Stray Dogs season 2. Everything was like, I think everything was mostly really good or great. But just a few nitpicks, like there were really the only nitpicks was that there were two characters that have been introduced in Bungo Stray Dogs that they kind of just dropped, in my opinion, which is kind of upsetting. One more so than the other. The one that was dropped the least was Q, because we got introduced to Q in episode 19. He appeared there, and then episode, I believe it was 20. Was it 21? Actually, I think it was episode 20 as well. Yeah, it was episode 20. It was episode 19 where he was initially introduced. Episode 20 where the guild captured him and used him to like massacre the city. Episode 21 when Dazai and Chuya were trying to abduct Q from the guild. And then basically after that, they kind of dropped Q because I feel like Q could have been like an asset to the Port Mafia. I really do, like if Mori was to convince him or something like that, or like Q would become friends with Elise or something like that, something funny with the comedy of Bungo Stray Dogs. But like, I don't know, I feel like they just dropped Q, and I feel like they could have done a lot more with Q. But once again, it's not the end of Bungo Stray Dogs. I'll get into that. I'll get into that later on in this review. And the other character that I feel like they dropped like completely, what they could have done more with, was Lucy from the guild. And if you don't remember, Lucy was the girl who they fought at the end of episode 12 of Bungo Stray Dogs season 1, and then she was the girl who same one who let Atsushi out of the Moby Dick in episode 20 to give the doll to Dazai. I feel like they really could have done more with her, especially since in episode 20 she had that quote where she was like, "Save me from this place someday," and they had that, and then like, other than her being captured by like Steinbeck and Twain, they just dropped her, and I feel like they could have done more with her. So hopefully, like hopefully what's to come in the future, which I'm going to talk about in just a second here. Hopefully, with all of that, there will be more with Lucy and Q. But that's really like all the nitpicks. Like once again, I could probably go on for hours about all of the amazing things in Bungo Stray Dogs season 2, and just Bungo Stray Dogs in general. It was probably one of the best animes of the year. So then, expectations and hopes for the future. There has been no season 3 like confirmed announced for the anime. However, there are two things that you'll see coming, at least for the channel. One of them will be for all of you, I'm sure. The first one is that they are making an OVA for Bungo Stray Dogs for of 2017. So we have time to wait for the Bungo Stray Dogs OVA, but it's definitely going to be very exciting. I'm definitely going to have to review it in August. And then the other thing is that for this channel, I'm going to start reading the Bungo Stray Dogs manga, especially because of the end of episode 24, and I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. I'm going to definitely start reading the manga, and I'm not going to do individual chapter reviews until I catch up. So once I catch up, I believe they're like at chapter 47 right now. So, and I started at chapter 38 because chapter 37 was the end of episode 24. So I'll be reviewing that for the channel. I'll have like a big all-encompassing review like I did for Keijo when I started watching Keijo, which I am behind on my reviews for that, which I do apologize for. But hopefully season 3 sometime soon. And to end off this review with a rating, if I'm going to rate this out of 10, I'm going to have to give it's really hard to give an anime a 10. Like, I've given a lot of my animes 9s or 8s or 9.5s. Like, it's really hard to give an anime a 10, but I feel like this anime, like, if it was an anime as a whole, like just the entirety of Bungo Stray Dogs, it would not be a 10. But since this review is for this season alone, I think this season alone deserves a 10. It was just amazing the entire way through, and I'm pretty sad that it's over. But thankfully, we have the manga. I have like 10 chapters to read, and before I have to start waiting monthly. So let me know what you guys thought about Bungo Stray Dogs Season 2 down in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video, and I will see you all next time.